getting in. I don't know if he's getting in trouble. Looks like we're swarming this combat freighter. Wow, they are really pushing into that combat freighter hard, and he goes down. Look at that, guys. Oh man, I am loving this.
Well, here goes nothing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our very first Starsector playthrough, completely blind going in. We're getting a little less blind over time. That may be in dispute by some of you, I'm sure. No other goals in this playthrough other than to learn enough about the game to make some goals for ourselves so we can be challenged, right? At this point, we're being reasonably challenged. I think we're getting a little closer to kind of push into that next level. I did a little bit of playing off camera. I just kind of felt like playing Starsector, you know? And kind of fiddling around with a few things. Not a whole lot, right? Nothing you haven't seen me already do and get blown up doing. So just kind of trying to get a little bit better at the game so I can kind of present some new things that we're doing here. So we're going to work on getting pirates today. So thank you guys all so much for the continued support. I've been loving it, man. I've been loving it here and loving it on Kenshi. Absolutely having a blast making these videos for you guys. And if you guys have been so amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the really helpful stuff in the comments. And if you're new to the channel and you're a fan of Awesome Sauce, and I do mean it, Awesome Sauce, baby, feel free to subscribe for your daily dose, man. Feel free. Man, okay, so check this out, guys. Our fleet is quite a bit different than the last time you saw it, right? I think we had 2 Shrikes and 2 Hounds last time. Now I've got a couple of these Dram freighters. I love these things, by the way. You can see we've got the VSS Petrol Party, and we've got the VSS Valdez. Anyone from anywhere in the world probably knows what the Valdez is, unless you're way younger than me. And the Petrol Party, well, you know, obviously, if you're from the UK or somewhere, you know, that uses the word petrol, which in America we don't use the word petrol. But I have lots of friends from the UK, so I like using the word petrol, okay? Don't judge me. Don't you dare judge me. And then we got the VSS Garu 1. Now, so the Garu, it doesn't have any weapons at all because I tried to make it go as fast as it can. So let's take a look at these ship loadouts here really quick. I'm going to hit R while we're focused on that, guys, so it brings me straight to that. These are not optimal, maybe, but they're as close as I could get to sort of trying to get these guys to go super fast, right? You'll notice they only go 145, but they do have some interesting things like these guys, nav relays and whatnot, that will make them go faster in combat. And a couple of them have nav relays. Now, I actually don't know if these stack. I kind of feel like they probably do. It says when deployed in combat increases the top speed of the other ships in your fleet. Oh, actually, well, doesn't quite work the way I thought it was, but so this thing is giving 2% speed to everything in our fleet other than this ship. But we have 3 of them, right? I have 1 on the Garu, I have 1 on this guy, and I have 1 on this guy. And so that should give each of them 4%. So this dude's still going to be super slow, might just get blown up, I don't know. But these ones are going pretty fast. So ideally, they're pretty much as fast as a frigate. So I think they're going to get scooting and get out of there. As long as they don't get blowed up first, which who knows? We'll see. Because I'm going to try to never engage with them, and they have auxiliary fuel tanks too, right? So they can hold a lot of fuel essentially. So we're holding about 1,000 fuel at the moment. I also did get militarized subsystems, so they have a better burn level, so they can keep up with the fleet faster. And I also got this guy to help with their combat readiness. Not that the combat readiness is that big of a deal, but essentially, like if they get hit, you know, during actually, I don't know if that actually works. That may not even be beneficial at all because they're never going to be in combat. I'll have to think about that one. You guys can let me know. This hardened subsystems might actually be completely wasted on these guys. So, because they're never going to be deployed. They may get into a deployment, right? And while they're retreating. But I'm never going to intentionally put them into a deployment. So yeah, we got the VSS Miramar, the VSS Kit Fox. I haven't renamed this one apparently. We've got the VSS Katithric Mang, which is my personal starship. Thank you very much. We've got the VSS Harbinger, and we've got the VSS Shrike. The VSS Pulsar, which, by the way, you'll notice there's a pilot in the Pulsar, and that's Quasar, right? One of my main dudes. He's pretty awesome. And then we got Revan here, who I think was the first person to request a pilot. So if you guys want a ship named after what you want it to be named after, and I will upgrade them over time, right? And it'll depend on your pilot. So let's take a look at our pilots here, guys. Let's see. This dude-a-roo. Yeah, check those skills out, right? Missile specialization, wing commander. I don't know that I can. Yeah, I can't actually go to those. Oh, I can go into them here. So I left-clicked to get here. And then we got missile specialization, which I really like this one. And impact mitigation. So I guess I could just kind of read these off a little bit here. So we get 25% missile speed and maneuverability, which is great. We get, because they'll get to target faster, right? And we're using missiles right now. Plus 50% missile, rocket, bomb, and torpedo hit points. So it takes longer for them to get shot down. And plus 25% missile damage. That's awesome. That's freaking huge. And then we've got plus 150 armor for damage reduction calculation only. So it doesn't actually give you more armor, right? That has to be stripped off. It just makes it so that you have more damage reduction on top of the armor that you already have, right? So if you have 300 armor and it's using that for the damage reduction calculation, then it's effectively going to treat it like 450 until you're down to 0, I believe. Now, once it's at 0, I don't know what happens. Do you still have a 150 even with 0? Or does it just go away once it's at 0? And then we got damage reduction by armor raised from 85% to 90%, which I don't really understand that. I mean, I get the 5% difference. I'm aware of math. But I don't know. Like, was the maximum armor? Oh, never mind. I think I just figured it out in my mind. So I'm guessing that even if you have high enough armor to reduce the damage down to 100% or anything over 85% of the damage, like if you get hit by a shot that does 100 damage and you have 300 armor, it's not going to reduce it down to 0. It's still going to allow 15% of the damage to trickle through to the hull. Am I misinterpreting that? You can let me know in the comments. I'm not really sure. That's my guess off the cuff. And then minus 20% armor damage taken. That's going to be amazing once we get that. And then these are carrier-based skills, right? So I have an idea. Well, we're probably going to be moving Revan into a carrier, buddy. I hope you don't mind. And you can see we're paying them a salary too, and that's okay because they are worth it. I mean, I don't know if they're actually worth it. I have no idea, but I know that these dudes have got my back, so I think they're worth it. They're both steady. I didn't get the one that was a reckless pilot. I think I'll wait for a little bit until I get a little bit more familiar with the game, and then start playing with more brawly builds and more snipers in the back, and just kind of assign pilots very specifically to specific roles, and then strike commander. So this is all top speed maneuverability, but it's for fighters, right? So these are clearly buffs that are going to fighters. So it'd be kind of a waste to keep this pilot in a ship that doesn't have fighters, right? So top speed maneuverability, damage to, plus damage to missiles, targeting lead accuracy. I'm guessing that's just hitting other fighters or smaller targets. Anything that's moving, it probably doesn't matter when you're shooting at really, really big targets, but anything that moves fast, it's going to probably help. Let's see. Missile speed, maneuverability for fighters. Missile, rocket, bomb, and torpedo hit points for fighters. And damage to ships or destroyers of size, destroyer size and larger. So that's basically anything that's above a frigate. That's cool, actually. I don't know why that is like that, but it's kind of neat that they make that distinction. And then Quasar I just recently got. And Quasar has got defensive systems, which are going to give less flux generated by active shields by 25%. Minus 20% damage taken by shields, which is awesome. Minus 25% phase cloak cooldown. He doesn't have a phase cloak, but if he does get a ship that has a phase cloak, that'll help. And then, it's basically going to be a shield or a phase cloak, I guess. I suppose you can have both, so maybe we can look for a ship for him that has a phase cloak. And then 10% hard flux dissipation while shields are active. So that's actually really, really cool, which means basically I think that he can have his shields up and slowly his flux will dissipate. His hard flux, not just his soft flux, right? And then phase cloak time acceleration increased from 3x to 4x. So I think, finding a cool ship that has a phase cloak would be neat. And the power grid management, this is amazing. He came with this we just bought this pilot, so it's a she, but hey, Quasar, I hope you don't mind. Underneath that mask, we'll just think that you're a dude with very feminine features, and we'll have the utmost respect for you nonetheless. I don't know why I wouldn't respect someone that had feminine features anyway, so I guess that wasn't really needed to be said. Plus 25. Sorry, I keep moving. So yeah, we got more flux capacity, 10%. We got 25% flux dissipation rate while venting, so if we vent faster, and 10% flux dissipation rate overall. So really cool. Super cool. Glad to have finally found some pilots, and I will show you where I found them. And these are the kind of very, very similar builds to what we had before, so we don't need to go through those. Now, we can certainly play with those, but they're working for what I'm doing currently, and we will adapt them over time, but they're working pretty darn good, and I'll show you. So we can certainly make those more optimal over time. Let's take a quick look at this guy, because we didn't really look at it. So I've got expanded cargo holds. I did put the nav relay on there. I've got safety overrides, so he goes faster in combat. I'm not actually sure if that shows up. I think it does, though, and an unstable injector. So I was just trying to make this guy go as fast as we could while he's in combat. And this mucks about with your weapon ranges and stuff, but I don't care because we're not. And it also reduces, it affects the peak performance time by a factor of 3. That's pretty significant. So, but we're never going to have him in combat, so I don't care. Like, this guy's just for carrying. Oh, I didn't even know he had that heavy autocannon on him. Interesting. I probably could have taken that off. I took all the weapons off, really. I probably could have taken that off and put in some more. And we could do that too. I can always take that off and put on some more, because he's not going to be fighting, and he's always going to be running away, right? So. Okay, so I noticed, and I am going to show you how we did this. I'm really quickly going to check out the station because I don't actually know what's there. I didn't look at it before. Let's see. It's the same thing. It's one of those advantage stations where you can just put everything you want there, and it doesn't really cost you money. So where are we? We're in a little bit different of a system. Got lots of bounties here, and I've been doing a couple of those. That's how we got money to buy some ships and salvage ships and etc. So we're going to do a couple of those. Because I really have been quite enjoying them. I really have. And, yeah, I want to show you kind of what I've been able to do here. Well, my nose is running a little bit, guys. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I'll try to edit it out of the sound, but any that I don't get, I'm sorry for that. Hopefully you don't mind too much because, you know, I just really wanted to make you guys a video. Okay, so essentially, you can obviously click on these and then look at the strength of the bounty, and you know these ships, the attack frigates and stuff like these are just at this point quite easy for me, whatever. But we're not going to take anything this high yet, I don't think, because I haven't done anything that hard. And wow, that's just a freighter and then a rocket cruiser. I think that fleet would be pretty easy for us currently, actually. I'm not really sure. Oh, make it. Oh my gosh. The intel assessment notes that the fleet may contain upwards of 10 other ships of lesser significance. So I guess that means that they might have like fighters and stuff or shuttles. I'm not sure. Interesting. Let's take a look at this one. 70K, 48 days remaining. We got a combat freighter. We got some smaller combat freighters. We got a mule. We got, what is this? Enforcer. That's what they're called. Yeah, so we can take an enforcer and a mule pretty easily. Might have 5 other ships of lesser significance. Yeah, drone tenders and combat freighters. I think we should go for this one. So let's do that. Oh, wow, they're way down there. Look at that, guys. Way down there in the Zumo Nebula. Oh, we're familiar with this black hole. Aren't we, dudes? Yeah, we are. We know. Was it that black hole? I think it was. Yeah, so we got a couple bounties down here. 97,000. What's this one? Could have up to 5 other ships. That's fine. We got a couple modified freighters. Oh my gosh, look at the... Oh, those are small ballistics. But they have fighter bays. Oh... So those may be quite a bit more dangerous than I was giving them credit for. So we got another rocket cruiser, a Shrike destroyer, or a enforcer, a support destroyer. What is that? Okay. Launches flares to confuse guidance systems and nearby missiles. That's cool. I don't know about this fleet, guys. It's funny because, like, looking at this, like, we've never fought these, right? So I don't really know how strong these are compared to our ships, right? I don't know how long it would take us to take these out. I don't know how well we would do versus their fighters. I just really don't know. So, but first off, we're going to head over here. So we're going to just head to this guy. Head over to one of these stars. I don't know if it matters which system. I think this is a binary star system, right? So going into this one will take us to either one of them. And let's go into the system map. Oh, right, because we haven't explored it. So I guess we'll just head straight there, shall we? Oops. Looking at the map. I just want to make sure we weren't heading through the Corona. There's so many times where it just takes me through the Corona. I'm just like, really? Oh, you know what we need, guys? We can't just go straight out there. What are we doing here? Actually, we probably could, right? Because we have a lot of fuel still, 555. But I'd really like to top up on fuel just in case, right? And supplies, right? That's really what we need is a lot of supplies. We have hardly any. So we definitely need to go grab some supplies at a station or a planet real quick. Yeah, let's just go do that. Okay, wow, look at how expensive that fuel is, guys. 18,000. It's a good thing we've got a little bit more money than we got plenty of metal we can sell. Not that that's going to net us anything because it's worthless. We can sell these transplutonics. And I'm sure there are much more optimal ways to sell all this stuff, by the way. Of that, I'm certain. I have just not even been worrying about it at all. I'm not even hanging on to these weapons. There might be some that we really want to keep. Those swarmers, I want to take a look at those. I had fine gentlemen recommending that I could use some of those, and so I think I'm going to start taking a look at that with some builds and whatnot. I don't think that we need 100 heavy machinery. We could probably get away with having something more around like 80. We might not even need 80. But I think we'll carry around 80 for now. And hopefully that's enough. And then we definitely want to pick up, I'd say, boy, this is an expensive mission prep. Yeah, let's get at least, I'd say, 100 supplies. Because you're going to go up to like 5 or 6 a day, probably. I think 100 should be good. Maybe not. We have plenty of cargo space, so we could certainly get more. And we have plenty of room for crew at this point, so. Oh, I bought one. Or I hit shift instead of control. It's so, like, I always want to hit shift. Okay, I think we're good to go. I kind of feel like we have plenty of cargo space. I don't know if there's any reason not to buy some more supplies. Even though it's expensive, right? But we're about to make some of that cash back. Yeah, let's go with 130 and see how we do. This place is pretty far away, so I think we should essentially make sure we're reasonably prepared. All right. I was hoping our autopilot was still set, but it is not. Oh, and this is with the hegemony, which is nice. A lot of the ones that I was doing was with some other faction, which isn't here. Oh, yeah. The Persian League. That's who I was doing them for. I quite enjoy these bounties because they're combat missions. I really enjoy combat type missions in these sorts of games. And so it's been really cool for me to kind of just sort of finally be able to get into some of this stuff. Yeah, check this out, right? I love that about this game. Like, your fleet kind of just shows up like this. It's a little nonsensical that they're flying around like that. Their formation would definitely be static, right? They would have an assigned formation, essentially, and they would stay in that whenever they were traveling, all the time. They might change formations sometimes, but they wouldn't constantly rotate like that. It doesn't bother me or anything. It just, I don't really understand why that was added. Yeah, here we go. Now we're taking more supplies already. I could be a little bit more active, I think, about dodging those because, you can see they're the bright ones, right? So we could actually dodge those bright ones. It's not But then I have to hit A every time. I need to remember that too. Yeah, of course, because we weren't moving, we just ended up getting hit by the storm. And now we're going to go through another storm. And another one. And another one. So now we're way down on combat effectiveness, or combat readiness. Oh, and also, I should show you, I did take some more skills here. I have been focusing kind of on recovery operations. And I just want to have kind of one ship in the fleet, that, or one captain, which in this case will be me, that kind of can focus on the skills that I want to make sure we have, and then we can pick up pilots that have skills that benefit them and their ship and the fleet, right? But for now, I've really, just been trying to get this, right? I wanted less D mods on average on the ships that we were recovering, and I wanted more fuel salvaged. So that we didn't have to buy quite as much fuel all the time. And we could stay out longer while we're salvaging, I think, is what would be cool. And let's see. Also, yeah, this is recovered ships start with more combat readiness and hull integrity. And then, so we'll have to spend less supplies to repair them on the way back. Unless we're mothballing them, then we won't be repairing them at all. Let's see, and then 50% hull and armor damage taken repaired after combat ends at no cost. So that's really cool, I think. I like that a lot. It means we can get back in the fight faster. And then 100% faster ship repairs, which means they're going to repair faster. And then, I don't know why, I just mansplained that to you guys. Sorry about that. Hey, you guys, you know when it says the ship repairs faster, you know what that means? Yeah, it means that ships repair faster, right? Just in case you didn't know that. And then we've got this, what I really like, this D hull deployment cost reduction also applies to maintenance costs. Now, we may not be utilizing that much, so maybe that's not, a really helpful one. Then I also want to get this guy. I want to start going into navigation. So we may be going very suboptimal with our build here, and that's okay. It's our first playthrough. I really have no idea what I'm doing, but I really do like the idea of this less fuel consumption and then less terrain movement penalty. I like it. I do. So I'm going to go with that. Cool. And I want to get something that helps us repair our combat readiness faster. I think I saw one in there. I can't remember what it was. I may be remembering wrong, but yeah. There's the black hole we drifted into. Okay, here is the star system that we're headed to. It's a couple of them, binary star system here. Got some planets. And I don't see any pirate bases near any of these. Oh, and it's telling us it's telling us what we're close to. That's kind of neat. I like that. I never noticed that before, guys. Down in the bottom of that tooltip there, it says object, Albari, yellow star, distance 6,400. So I don't know how close we can get before taking damage from the corona, but I bet that's far enough. It's kind of cool. So we got a fringe jump point, gravity well of a planet. Oh, so let's take a look here really quick. This guy, the description will tell us where they are, right? So she's rumored to be hiding out near a volcanic world. So that's what we want to look for. We want to look for a volcanic world. And let's see, gas giant, unidentified planet. So that's the closest one, I think. Let's get in here and check this out. We don't need our burn on anymore. All right, let's get in the Albari system. See what we can see. Oh. That is a big old debris field and a couple fleets here. Unidentified entities. I'm hoping I'm hoping that's not 2 pirate fleets. It might be. Let's head over there nice and easy, because that's a volcanic world right there. What is this? That is a derelict combat freighter. Okay. We should definitely take some of those missions that send us to get derelict, to find derelict ships too, I think. Cool, let's go ahead and begin salvage operations. We got some fuel. Definitely not enough fuel. Look at how much fuel we used getting here. Holy hell. Holy cow, guys. Jeez. Fill up some supplies. Yeah, we definitely used quite a few supplies getting here. Not bad. What's this? Another derelict ship. Huh. Should we consider ship recovery? Wait, does that have no demods at all? That is interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, so what we can do essentially is I don't know that ship recovery is ever worth it unless we are wanting to actually use that ship as one of our fleet. And I don't know that we need another mule. If not recovered, the ship will be scuttled. Okay, good. Yeah, we're just gonna scuttle it. And then we'll begin salvage operations. Very cool. More fuel. Some light machine guns. Okay. So, not too bad, not too bad. All right. Now, I didn't see that pirate ship near this fleet. And we're gonna get over here and salvage this, right? There's lots of salvage over in this debris field. So I think we should definitely do that. And then let's take a look at the map. So we've got a debris field here. Are we in the right star system? Albari and Smoke. There's two of these stable locations, but those are definitely not going to be the volcanic world that we're looking for. Let's see. In the Zumu Nebula, near a volcanic world in a system with a giant primary star. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is probably it right there. There's a blue giant there. That's the system we need to go to. So we just basically jumped out on the wrong system. That's fine. We'll get this salvaged and then we'll head over there. All right. Your salvage crews discover a transmitter set to send a signal. Oh God, guys. Was fried. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So we almost, yeah, that would have been interesting. We just about got ourselves in trouble. I think we can salvage it again, right? Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. I want 6, not 5. Let's go ahead. Okay. Nice, nice. Got some fuel back. We're up to 156 supplies, so that's great. We actually have more supplies than we started with. That's fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the sector map here, and let's head to this blue giant and see what we can find. It looks like there's a ship near the gate here. It hasn't detected us yet. It's actually a buffalo. Another derelict ship. Let's go ahead and salvage that bad boy. The cargo manifest found by the salvage crews sent to the ship indicates the presence of a quantity of luxury goods, likely to be found if proper salvage operations are conducted. Well, let's begin salvage operations then, shall we? Oh. Hi. I don't know if those are illegal, but I guess we'll grab them and we'll find out. We'll see if they're illegal somewhere. Who knows? That's kind of neat, guys. You know, it's funny because like I actually enjoyed this game quite a bit, even when I had no idea what I'm doing or what I was doing. And I still, in a lot of ways, obviously, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm getting more familiar with what I'm doing, right? And it's just getting to the point where I'm enjoying the game even more than I already was. So, okay, now I don't want to come out right next to that blue giant. There's a lot of volcanic worlds. Barren world. Not near anything. That is right next to a gas giant and a volcanic world. Let's dump out on this gravity well over here. Dump out? Are we going to take it? Yeah. No, maybe we'll jump. Okay, so it looks like there is a hostile fleet there. I don't really want to jump right next to them. But I don't think it matters, right? I think we can just jump in there. We'll be right next to the gate, and we can jump out if we need to and run. So let's take a look. So that is the fleet. And... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That's right. They're one way only, guys. I completely, totally forgot that. But, man, that is... Look at that. I don't know how big of a fleet that is. That's the problem. Okay. Hopefully I didn't just get us into more trouble than I'd like. But that could be the fleet that we're looking for. Now that looks like it's actually near a gas giant. So I think that's probably not the fleet we're looking for. I think that may be the bigger one. Let's see. What was it? This guy? Where are we? I wish I knew a key to focus on us, you know? What's cool is I can show our fuel range. Yeah, we can pretty much go where we want. That was hit by hitting W, by the way, if you didn't already know that. Let's see. The one I was looking for was the 70,000 one. Yeah. So they're down here. I bet that's them. I mean, it's hard to know, but I bet it is, because it's not this one. And this one is kind of the one that I'm not that scared to engage it, because I think we can take it. We have 3 Shrikes, 3 Hounds. I think we'd probably be okay. I don't really know that, because I'm a little worried about these support destroyers that are sort of acting as, I think, carriers. And I think these guys are acting as carriers too. So I think those, if we don't punch through those guys pretty quick, that could certainly, I think, be trouble for us in a long engagement. But I bet it's this dude. I bet it is. Let's check it out. Just in case it isn't, though, we're going to activate our burn. Wait, what? Oh my god, guys. No. That fleet is freaking huge. I don't think I want to take that fight. They did detect us. But I don't think we want to I don't want to take that fight, guys. You guys can let me know if you think we could have taken that. But I think that is a huge fleet. And I think we're going to want something a bit bigger. I think we want to stick to 2 stars for right now until I'm better at this game. So I think we're gonna find a different one. Wow, that was... I wonder if they're on our list. I mean, it could have been this guy, because it looks very similar to that fleet. Yeah, that fleet just looks out of our league for the moment. So we're gonna head to this next volcanic world, because I don't think he's at that one. I'm pretty sure, guys. And then there's a couple more down here. So we'll check all these different volcanic worlds. We'll fly by all of them, actually, just so we can kind of like not survey them necessarily, but at least see if there's anything there that we want to grab, right? All right, well, that looks like them. And whether or not we can take them, I don't know, because they have quite a few ships, but a lot of those are just really ships that are not very powerful at all. I think we're going to be down on combat readiness by the time we finish this fight by quite a bit, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm really okay with, because I don't see any carriers in there, right? The only one that I think could be potentially used as a carrier, I think, is that mule, but maybe that's not even accurate. So we're gonna engage these guys. Oh, they interdicted us. Oh no. Maybe that'll mean we'll get destroyed, actually. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move into engage. And we're going to bring all 3 of these shrikes, all 3 of our hounds, and the rest of these guys are just going to hang out. They're not coming. Okay. And then we're going to go to my flagship, hit U to set that to autopilot. All right, here we go. There's so many ships in here. It's crazy. Let's get in here and watch some of these dudes duke it out. There's the combat freighter. I'm hoping that we can take out a bunch of these guys before a lot of this stuff shows up. Yeah, we're just gonna melt this guy now, I believe. Not killing him as fast as I'd like. Still pretty good though. Going through that guy pretty fast. Yep, he's down. Let's take a look at the battlefield here. It looks like they're focusing kind of along this line over here. We got a couple ships that are pulling back, essentially, it looks like. I don't know why he's going over here, but I think we may be able to kind of encircle and take these dudes out. And then hopefully we'll take out quite a few ships before that destroyer shows up. I don't see any of the fighters quite yet. They may come in as reinforcements. Oops. Let's take a look at what's going on over here. I don't think we need to worry about these guys. I think they'll punch through that line pretty easily on the side. Maybe not these guys, though. Who is this here? Looks like it's Revan. All right, we're engaging this combat freighter, it looks like. He's kind of pushing to their front lines. We're actually getting through his shields, no problem. We've already got him disabled. We're just kind of starting to try to cut through that armor now at this point. The destroyer is coming in, though. So it looks like we're kind of pushing around. I don't know why he's going over engaging on his own. He's kind of pushing around the flank. That's okay. Just kind of trying to watch what they do here, right? And really, instead of trying to micro them, trying to kind of see what they end up actually doing. I'm kind of hoping that these guys punch through pretty quickly here. It looks like they're already cutting through the hull here, which is good. Once we kind of knock these 2 dudes out, we'll be kind of joining in the middle, which is kind of what I want. Yeah, so here we go. We're punching through this dude. He's about down. That's great. And now we're going to punch through these fighters and kind of push up into this guy. Looks like we've taken out another freighter up here, potentially. I think that might have been a Cerberus. We got, looks like a, what is this? What are they called? Shuttles, that's what they're called. I don't know what kind it is again. I do want to kind of take a look up here, though, and watch that frigate. And this guy seems to kind of be getting himself cut off. But it looks like they're trying to rotate to kind of prevent that from happening, so I do like that. And then I think these guys are going to push back and rotate around with them as well. It looks like they're trying to maintain a line. I'm not really sure if they're actually trying to do that, but that's what it looks like. So let's see what happens here with this. I think the shuttle's going to get melted pretty quick, right? He's going to pull back. Looks like he's getting a little bit intimidated. That's okay. And these destroyers are kind of supporting each other, it looks like, pulling back together. I think we have a frigate coming in behind us here, too. Oh, that's a lot of missiles coming in at Revan. Nice jukes, buddy. Nice jukes. Oh, taking some damage on the bow there. Not what we want to see, but it does happen. You can't keep that Omni shield pointed everywhere you want it at all times. All right, we're cutting through this shuttle now. Nice. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's take a look at the map here again. Looks like they're pushing through our line here, which might be okay because I think those guys are actually just going to try to retreat. And it looks like we're going to focus that destroyer. I think that's probably where we want to be focusing our attention potentially. Yeah, the destroyer here is coming in to help. Look at that. Disabled right away with those sabos, man. I really like those sabos a lot. They're really good for brawling, I think. And I am a fan of brawling. I really like using SRMs and really short range, high damage, punchy weapons in Battletech. And I've been enjoying this sort of fleet loadout. And down goes the destroyer. Boom! Nicely done, dudes. Nicely done. What do we got here? We got the combat freighter. He's at the point where he's trying to engage. Oh, this guy's getting in. I don't know if he's getting in trouble. Looks like we're swarming this combat freighter. Wow, they are really pushing into that combat freighter hard, and he goes down. Look at that, guys. Oh man, I am loving this. This is so cool. I love this game, by the way, I have to say. If you guys can't tell already, I absolutely love this game. It's super cool. And I even loved it, like I said, when I was super frustrated with it and couldn't really understand like what the heck was going on. I don't really understand why it's not letting me target that guy, but that's okay. Yeah, we're just cleaning him up at this point, guys. I don't know how much bigger of a ship we could have taken, because now you can see our frigates at this point are essentially reaching their capacity. Not capacity, but they're basically starting to feel the wear and tear of this fight from combat readiness going down, right? So this sort of engagement, this size of engagement is just about perfect, unless we have reinforcements, I think. Yeah, cleaning up those fighters. These frigates sure are good at that. They've got the point defense, and even their forward-firing weapon is, you know, it's got good enough velocity or whatever it is that determines. Like, I don't know how lead is determined. I mean, obviously the velocity is going to play into that, because if they change if the ship that you're firing at changes their direction, right? If they essentially change their velocity, you know, they change their speed or their direction, which is their velocity, they will potentially juke your shots. Like these guys, right? They're moving around like crazy and they're getting juked. They're juking. I do wish the free look would allow you to look, and maybe actually it is. It looks like it is. It lets me free look away from the frigate quite far. Looks like he's retreated, and I think that's the end of the fight, guys. Nice job. Well done. Yeah, Quasar and Revan getting tested with their new pilots and their new ships. Looking great, dudes. And you can see we kind of like we're at the point essentially where we're at like 50%. Oh, 40% combat readiness. Yeah, so some of these ships are going down in combat readiness faster than others, maybe. Yeah, but that's okay. And these guys didn't even have to join in the fight, and that's the intent, right? Very cool. So they are trying to retreat, and we don't really want to let them retreat. So let's go ahead and. Now, the last time I did this, I said order your second in command, but I don't really know what that does. Oh, again, guys, you know, I do. There's a lot of times when I realize I say something and I'm like, oh, you know, look in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. There's a tooltip. Orders your second in command to handle the pursuit. Offers no risk to your ships, but likely less effective than commanding the pursuit yourself. Take command of the action. Oh, that doesn't tell me any details, but at least I think I know what taking command of the action is. I'm pretty sure that just means that we're going to deploy. So, and it will cost us some supplies to deploy. We probably don't need to deploy hardly any of this stuff. Yeah, maybe we don't need to deploy really hardly any of this. Because what did they have? I should have looked. I don't even remember what they had. I don't think we need. I think we could just bring in our frigs. I think even just 2 frigs is probably plenty. We'll bring in, I think, 2 frigs and 1. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. In fact, I think we'll probably send in Quasar to get some experience. That should be plenty. Oh, they're just going to run away. They might not all be able to run away. Looks like he's deploying fighters. So what is this? This is some kind of combat freighter, right? Probably a Cerberus. Yeah, so he's going to deploy... I don't know. That doesn't look like a Cerberus. What is that? I don't know what that is. That is... Does it tell me there what class it is? A Shepherd. It's a Shepherd. Frontier variant. Yeah, now... So he's basically deployed those, and now he's just going to run away. Which is what I'd expect, right? Now, I think what we could do in this case, right, is just tell our dudes to eliminate him, and they will be less cautious about approaching him. Oh, and I should have... There's an AI setting that allows you to tell your fleet to change their overall demeanor, I believe, and I didn't use it yet. but I'd like to use that, so. This may have been a total waste of supplies. They may get away, even though... It's so funny that ships can go backwards as fast as they can go forwards. That makes no sense at all. If you look at the ship, right? I mean, it would make sense if you, like, basically accelerated to go as fast as your ship could go and then turned around. That would make sense because of inertia, right? Now, of course, there's going to be stellar bodies and whatever that will affect your velocity, but that would take a lot of time, unless you're really close to something, right? If you don't believe me, just ask Kepler. He knows. I guess did the other one retreat? Yeah, he did. So one of them got away, and I just don't want to. I don't want to think about going after that one. I don't even know if it was worth going after the first one. I just don't know if it affects our bounty. Wow, there's a lot of ships we can recover. Holy cow. I don't really want to recover any of these at all. And, you know, what's really funny is, like, even though we have all those points into DMod stuff, like, they still have, like, 3, right? 3 at the very least. So I kind of feel like maybe that was almost a wasted, like, we wasted money. Oh, not money, skill points or whatever. I'm not really sure. But, you know, it's fun to check it out. Okay, we got 6,000 credits from CPU cores. Oh no, we're at minus 100, guys. Pick through the wreckage here. Plenty of weapons. We definitely have a few supplies here. We'll go ahead and fill up on fuel first before anything. And can we fit all those supplies? We certainly can. I don't know if any of these weapons are any good. I should check the prices on these, maybe. Yeah, these are all worth more than... maybe not all of them. Some of them aren't worth more. But they're all worth more than the metal, right? The metal is worth absolute nada. So, we can certainly pick up a lot of that stuff. And our hold is just about full, so I don't think we need to... We might as well fill it up. We can certainly get rid of that metal once... Now, did we already receive the bounty? We did, because I don't think it's for the entire fleet. I think it's for the leader of the fleet. And we finished that. Cool. So, I want the faster ship repairs. That'll finish that off. And we will start working on some of these combat skills too, because what I didn't realize is that it's not just when I'm personally piloting the ship, like me as an individual, as a human. These skills also apply if I have it on autopilot, because as long as this pilot is in that ship, right? And we've only ever moved him to another ship during a fight once, but that's I believe that essentially is what that means. Like, whatever ship he's in, those skills are going to apply. So we can build him out basically as a combat pilot once we've got sort of the industry stuff that we want to have. I don't know how much we're going to get. I definitely want to have maneuvers. I want ones that are going to benefit the fleet, because I want everyone to be like this one, right? Loadout design. Yeah, that's amazing, dude. All ships in the fleet get max flux capacitors and flux vents. That's amazing. So these are kind of the two next ones I think we're going to get is navigation and loadout design. Let's also take a look at the fleet here really quick, and we should be able to, I think, upgrade our pilots. Oh yeah, look at there's a little plus symbol there. That's essentially, I think, what that means, that we can level these dudes up. So if we just hit level up here, we can now, and what's a little confusing about this is, like, I would think when you selected this, it would show you what it was going to go up to, or like somehow be flashing, like it indicates it's at level 1. What this is essentially saying is that you're about to buy skill level 2. That was a little confusing when I first was doing it, and then I was like, wait, I thought I already got level 2. And it turns out that I'm just buying level 2 now. It's not. I thought this was showing me that I was already at level 2, and by buying it, it was going to take me to level 3. That is not the case. So, let's see. Yeah, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Actually, do I already have level 2? Yeah, I do. Okay, maybe I was confused, right? It's not as intuitive. Actually, no. Now it will be level 3. So that's the tooltip it's showing me. I'm so confused. Let's do not now. Yeah, it's at level 2. Okay, so that is showing me what it's going to go to. See, that's what's confusing about it. Is like, yeah, this whole leveling up process. I think once you get it, it's not confusing. But at first, when I was first trying to figure out how it worked, it was absolutely confusing. So I think there could definitely be an impact mitigation. This is awesome. Yes, this skill is awesome. Very cool. All right, guys. You guys are getting so powerful, man. It's awesome. I love how strong your guys' characters are getting in Kenshi too. It's really cool. It's gonna take a bit in Kenshi. Okay, well, I think that just about wraps up that mission. There's some cargo and stuff over there, which is probably from what we already salvaged. That unidentified fleet returning to Savari, huh? Savarsi? Is that somewhere in this? Yes. There's a couple unidentified fleets over there. Those could be pirate fleets, so who knows? So I think basically, like, at this point, since we're already here, we might as well, like, repair our ships and then head over there and kind of check that out and see if it's something that we want to, see if it's a fight we want to take maybe, because maybe there's some ships we can salvage. Who knows, guys? Who knows? And we're going to do that in the next episode. So stay tuned, and thank you all so much for watching. I had a ton of fun with you guys today. It was really, really cool. I'm super stoked to be kind of getting into some of these pirate fights and checking that out with you. So, and you know what, guys? If you had as much fun as I did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. So all the love you guys show me is just amazing. I really, it makes my day. It really does. And so, as always, guys, as always, I can't wait to see you again for some more gaming shenanigans in the next episode. Love ya!